Turning now to your community focus, a new push to keep some Providence school buildings open and the latest on our investigation into special ed access for some kids in Providence. Joining me now to talk about all of that and more, Education Commissioner Angélica Infante-Green. She joins us once a month here on 12 News at 4. Thanks for your time.
Absolutely.
So let's start, Commissioner, with something that's happening this afternoon. Some state lawmakers are scheduled to hear a non-binding resolution to essentially strongly urge you and the state to keep the Carl Loro and Broad Street schools open. We've talked about this before, and you've told me these schools are going to be closing no matter what. But I'm curious, if you get the urging from lawmakers to keep them open, does that change things?
Well, Kim, I think the bottom line is that we have to look at the entire district. And these schools, one, are underrepresented in terms of population. So none of the schools are 100% utilization. Some of them are 40% less than the population they should have. These buildings are the most costly to repair. Some of them, Broad in particular, we've repaired the roof 3 times. And so it just doesn't make sense. And remember, we are down 3,000 students. And, newer and fewer is not just a Providence initiative. Newport is going from 4 schools to 1. Johnston is going from 4 to 1. We are going to hear from Woonsocket, who's going to do the same, and Coventry coming up. So this is not new. And obviously, closing a building is tough, but it is a decision that we have to make for the entire district. We want 50% of our kids to be in newer buildings.
So it doesn't sound like this resolution is going to change your mind if it passes.
Well, we have been moving forward, newer and fewer statewide. This is not just a Providence issue. We have to make decisions that make sense for the community as a whole. And that's why all these other communities are doing the same thing.
Okay, I want to talk about our Target 12 investigation Left Out, where we revealed that 34 special education students in pre-K are not getting the services that they're required to under law. It's been 2 weeks since that piece aired, and in that time we've had Attorney General Peter Nerona here on 12 News at 4. And he said to us, quote, "I don't want to be in a situation where I'm defending a lawsuit like this." When you hear him say something like that, what goes through your mind?
Well, we don't want to be in that position either. This is a situation that we're trying to hire new teachers. There have been incentives in Providence. The classrooms are ready to go. Nobody wants to be in that position. Nobody wants kids to not get the services that they need and deserve. That is not what we're doing. And that's why we as a state are holding a job fair. And that job fair, it is May 7th, Sunday, May 7th and May 8th. And there are going to be over 25 districts that are going to be there present because this is important to everyone. We know that this is an issue. Matter of fact, I just came back from DC today where I was with other state leaders who are encountering similar situations. The teacher shortage is real. It is real throughout the nation, and we will continue to provide incentives and continue to look for teachers that will be able to service our kids. So nobody wants to be in this position.
Before I let you go, I want to ask you about the report from the ACLU that came out earlier this week about a significant number of suspensions dealing with pretty young kids, kindergarten through 5th grade. These kids are being asked to leave school because of behavioral issues. I'm wondering, when you take a look at how kids are being disciplined, do you think Rhode Island needs to change the way that's being handled? And do you think we need to stop pulling students, especially the youngest ones, out of school to discipline them?
Absolutely. So kids can't learn if they're not in school. And this report was from 2016 to 2019, pre-pandemic. This was things that happened prior to me being here, but we have a strong emphasis on restorative justice. And what that means, restorative practices in our school system, that suspension should be the very, very, very last resort. But we need to figure out what is going on and how do we support the kids and how do we change behavior as opposed to suspending them. That is not something that, we think is the first resort. And we have tools on our website for the school districts to really look at and use different types of practices.
All right. Unfortunately, that is all the time that we have. Rhode Island Education Commissioner Angélica Infante-Green, thank you as always for being with us here on 12 News at 4.
Thank you.